Before you spend that old nickel in your change jar, you might want to check the date, because a 1939 Jefferson nickel could be worth more than you think, and the story behind it is pure American history. In the year 1939, the United States Mint was in a period of transition both artistically and historically. The Jefferson nickel, which had been introduced just the previous year in 1938, was still a relatively new coin to the American public, replacing the iconic Buffalo nickel that had been in circulation since 1913. The decision to change the design came after long debates about wear issues and striking difficulties with the Buffalo nickel, and the Treasury decided to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, whose legacy as a founding father, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and the architect of the Louisiana Purchase, made him a fitting symbol for American ideals. The design of the Jefferson nickel was created by Felix Schlag, a German-born American sculptor who had won a national design competition in 1938. Schlag's obverse design featured a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, based on a marble bust by Jean-Antoine Houdin. The reverse depicted Monticello Jefferson's Virginia estate, which was an architectural masterpiece and one of the most famous buildings in the United States at the time. Schlag's original design for the reverse was modified by the Mint to include a more frontal view of Monticello, along with clearer lettering, and a simpler layout to improve striking quality. By 1939, the coin was in its second year of production, but changes in minting details had already begun. Collectors today often distinguish between different varieties of the 1939 Jefferson nickel, particularly the reverse of 1938 and reverse of 1940 types. The reverse of 1938 carried over details from the first year of production with sharper steps on Monticello, while the reverse of 1940 had design modifications to improve striking and reduce die wear. The 1939 Jefferson nickel can also be found with a doubled die reverse variety, which is a popular and valuable find among numismatists in this variety. The letters in Monticello and 5 cents show noticeable doubling due to a misalignment in the hubbing process. The 1939 Jefferson nickel was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark. The Denver coins carry a D mint mark on the reverse to the right of Monticello, and the San Francisco coins carry an S mint mark. Mintage numbers for that year were significantly lower than the following wartime years, making some varieties scarcer. For example, the 1939 D nickel is one of the key dates in the entire Jefferson nickel series, with a mintage of only 3.5 million coins compared to tens of millions in other years. This scarcity, combined with collector demand, makes it highly sought after and high grade. The historical context of 1939 adds depth to the story of this coin. The United States was emerging from the Great Depression, and while the economy was slowly recovering, the world was moving toward global conflict. Germany had invaded Poland in September of 1939, beginning World War II. Although the United States remained neutral until 1941. The atmosphere of uncertainty was palpable across the country. Coins minted during this period serve as silent witnesses to the everyday transactions and the economic realities of pre-war America. Collectors value the 1939 Jefferson nickel, not only for its numismatic significance but also for its role in the broader history of U.S. coinage. The introduction of the Jefferson design marked the start of a long-running series that continues to this day, making it one of the most enduring designs in American coinage history. The coin's composition in 1939 was 75% copper and 25% nickel, a standard that would change during World War II when nickel was needed for the war effort, leading to the introduction of silver alloy nickels from 1942 to 1945. When evaluating a 1939 Jefferson nickel, factors such as condition, mint mark, and variety play a crucial role in determining value. Coins with full steps on Monticello, especially those graded by professional services as FS, can command significant premiums because they indicate a strong strike and minimal wear. The double die reverse variety is another high-value find, particularly in uncirculated condition, with sharp detail and original mint luster. The 1939 D in mint state with full steps is one of the most coveted Jefferson nickels, often reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Over the decades, the 1939 Jefferson nickel has remained a staple in collections from beginners to advanced numismatists. Its relatively low mintage for certain varieties, its early place in the Jefferson series, and the historical period it represents make it an important coin. For study and preservation, every time you hold one, you are holding a small piece of the late 1930s, a time when the United States was on the brink of monumental change, and the world was entering one of its most challenging chapters. The Jefferson Nickel series has evolved with changes in minting technology and design, but the coins from its earliest years, including the 1939 issues, hold a special charm. They connect modern collectors with the artistry of Felix Schlag, the vision of honoring Thomas Jefferson, and the resilience of a nation navigating both economic recovery and looming global conflict. Whether found in a roll of nickels from the bank or purchased at a coin show, the discovery of a 1939 Jefferson nickel continues to bring excitement to those who appreciate the blend of history, art, and value embodied in every coin. Examining the minting process of the late 1930s, we can appreciate the craftsmanship involved. Each coin began as a blank or planche cut from metal sheets, rolled to precise thicknesses. These blanks were then upset to raise a rim and struck between two engraved dies with pressures exceeding 40 tons per strike. In 1939, the mint relied on mechanical presses and careful die preparation, yet die wear and multiple repolishings could affect the sharpness of details, which is why certain varieties, such as full-step nickels, are more elusive today. The dies for the 1939 nickels would be used until they failed or produced coins with unacceptable weakness, which meant variations in quality across production runs. Auction records for the 1939 Jefferson Nickel show just how much condition and variety affect value. A standard circulated 1939 Philadelphia nickel, without full steps, may only fetch a modest price, while a 1939 D in mint state, with full steps, has sold for thousands of dollars. High-grade examples of the double die reverse variety also command impressive prices, especially when certified by top grading services. Collectors are willing to pay premiums for coins with natural toning, sharp luster, and no signs of cleaning or damage, because originality is a major factor in market demand. The Jefferson Nickel series holds a unique place in American coinage history, being one of the few designs to run for decades with minimal change from 1938 to 2004. The portrait of Jefferson and the depiction of Monticello remained the core imagery. Although small adjustments in relief detail and lettering occurred over time, the 1939 coins therefore represent the earliest period of this enduring design. And for many collectors, completing a full date and mint mark set of Jefferson nickels begins with acquiring a high-quality 1939 example, whether from the Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco mint. Beyond numismatic appeal, the coin is a tangible link to a specific year in U.S. history. The year 1939 was marked by political uncertainty, economic recovery efforts, and global tensions. The New York World's Fair opened that year, showcasing the theme of the world of tomorrow and offering a glimpse of modern technology, while in Europe, the outbreak of World War II was altering the course of history. Coins, like the 1939 Jefferson nickel, were in the pockets of Americans going about their daily lives, unaware of the monumental events that would soon reshape the nation and the world.